Hey, we're
It's
here
Fat Albert.
once more with Elysian Road. This is episode 20, guys. Episode 20. We're up
Wow.
to big.
Series
right.
finale.
I forgot we're including the last season. I was like 20.
Right, yeah. I never recount episodes because that would just make everything way too confusing for me.
You don't want to have season 2 1.4?
No, exactly. I don't want it to be even more confusing for everybody. And it's also we count episodes like animes count episodes, where they never redo the numbers. They always just keep going. But
when do we get our OVA episodes?
Good question. And honestly, this is probably an anime. So if you guys have any ideas for OVAs, let me know. That would be kind of fun.
When are we going to do the comedy redub of our? Anyway.
We need a beach episode, and we need a chibi episode.
We need a musical episode.
Ooh, musical. Yep.
Do the musical
play
RPG?
One of the episodes. Yeah.
Well, we already had our musical episode.
We did.
Oh, yeah. I think we did. What was that?
I don't remember that.
But when I sang Rick Astley.
Oh, you're right. Of course. Yeah.
Of course. Cool. So we're here once more with Elysian Road. And it's time.
Yeah, it's stuck in my head now. Thanks.
Yeah. It's time to figure out the plan, right? So you guys are on Kulo, the world where the Order of the Dust lives. It is basically a weather-torn planet. Massive storms buffet the planet regularly. It's mostly ocean. The like settlements here are basically like giant like Camino like thing, like groups of structures that come up out of the water and float. And you're currently docked at one of those. Void's Grace, I assume, took you down to the planet's surface. While the heavy frigate you bought for your revolutionary friends is in orbit. And you guys did a shopping episode last time. So now it's time to buckle down and figure out what the plan is to get to Garrett Talmieri, or otherwise known as Vigo Sorum. Yeah. I mean,
are we doing a time jump to have our stuff?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. You'll have all of your stuff. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. So basically, if you guys have any thoughts on what that would look like, I mean, I guess this is mainly a question for Connor. What's the team meeting look like where you say, all right, we've got all our equipment. Now here's the plan. Because you don't even know where Garrett/Vigo is at this point. So that's probably the first step.
So I didn't realize this. I didn't think about this until we were done with since I didn't think about this during the session, right? But I realized something that's extremely important that I possibly would have done before this, but I guess it's too late now. Okay. I use Oracle.
Okay.
Right? Like, I just ask, where is he? And I just plan to search for 3, let's
look at your ability there, because there has to be a stipulation where if you would never get 3 months to actually look for him.
Yeah, I mean, because it can't just be like, you don't get to decide what the future will be like. You just get to find out what the future holds if you do a thing, right? Like,
all right, let's take a look at it. The precog gains a progressively greater intuitive understanding of their own future. Each invocation of the Oracle technique requires a main action and that the user commit effort for the day. Once triggered, the adept gets a single brief vision related to their question about the future that they're asking. This vision is always from their own personal vantage point and never reveals more than a minute of insight, though the psychic processes it almost instantly as part of the power's use. The GM should answer the question as if the PC were about to perform the act or engage the investigation pertinent to the question. Thus, if the adept wanted to know what pressing a button would do, and the GM knows that it's connected to a bomb, the psychic might get a vision of a sudden death. If the bomb were on a time delay that extended past the time horizon of the Oracle, however, the psychic might just see a vision of herself waiting patiently with nothing happening. Vision should relate to actions and events, not abstract facts. So you can't just ask, where is he, and then get the answer strictly. It would have to be like I'm looking for him actively, sort of a thing. Oracle couldn't tell a psychic who the crime boss of a slum neighborhood is, for example, but it could give a vision of the psychic caught in the next bloody riot and the gang boss who's directing the myriad thugs. Oracle can only be used on a given question or topic once until the situation changes substantially or a week goes by. So you can currently see 3 months into the future. And so your question is, where is Vigosorum? And you're planning on doing an investigation to find out where that is?
Yes.
I mean, to be fair, if Evelyn's plan would be to like go ask Fergus to look it up for her, I feel like she probably can get the answer to that question because Fergus is great at that.
Okay.
Right? I feel like that makes sense. If it was just Evelyn, who's like, I spend the next 3 months searching for Vigo, like that might, I mean, who knows? But mainly I'm hesitant about it in the first place just because there are people who would try to stop you once they figure out what you're trying to do. But I think because Fergus is Fergus, I'll allow Oracle to give you the answer to this question because I feel like that makes sense, right? Because it's very likely that Fergus will be able to look this up. And if that's who you're asking, then you probably just see the future where Fergus finds it. Right? That makes sense.
I was tracking with you and then I wasn't.
Basically what I'm saying is if Evelyn's plan with this investigation is just to search on her own, or if the plan is to get the whole team involved and all their different skills, then I feel like Oracle can give you the answer.
Definitely was I meant to do that to begin with.
I mean,
right?
I would just think like talking my way through it, just trying to make sure that this would actually work.
Okay.
So Evelyn, I mean, so I think at this point you couldn't have done it before this point because you have to have actually been planning on engaging in the action. If everybody else was just buying stuff, then they're not going to be investigating anyway. So does that make sense? Makes sense that you'd only be able to do it now.
I also think it's like, it seems to me like the question isn't what will happen in 3 months when I do a thing. I think it's like, if I do this thing right now, what will happen? And you can look 3 months in the future and see the result.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure the trigger for what's happening is supposed to be like in the moment, like you're doing a thing. So it's not like, what if I spend the next 3 months doing X? It's like, what if I do a thing now? What will that look like in 3 months? Yeah. I think that's how it works.
Up to 3 months. Like you don't have to see only 3 months.
Right. I just mean that I think the distance and time isn't like I can find out what the answer will be at 3 months instead of 1 week. Like I can dedicate that much time. I think it's like
my main the main thing I was pointing out is just like depending on how Evelyn was planning on going about it, the two outcomes she'd probably see is either finding the answer or getting attacked by people because they found out she was looking for him. Right.
That's what I'm saying. Kind of like I don't think she could do the what if I search for 3 months, right? Like I don't think that's a possible question. It would be like, what if I like you said, what if I went to Fergus and said hack this, or what if I talked to this person and said where is he? Then you would know, but you couldn't condense 3 months worth of searching into one role. I don't think. Yeah,
I mean, and unless I think it would have made sense if Evelyn wouldn't be interrupted for that entire 3 months, and it would have taken her 3 months to actually find him. Then that's a situation in which Oracle would give her the answer she wanted, right? If it literally would take 3 months of searching, and she spent 3 months just like living on this planet and searching everywhere, and then eventually finding him, then that would be the answer I'd give. But that's neither of those. That's never an option. I don't think that would have been an option no matter what. Is I guess the main thing that I was thinking originally. So, but yeah, I think it makes sense if Evelyn, like after everybody's like, got their stuff, and Evelyn's like, okay, we're gonna get the team together, and then Evelyn's like, before she even asks the question to everybody, but she's planning on it. She just uses Oracle, sees into the future. Fergus has already hacked everything, hacked the planet, and you get the answer.
I guess you could say like, what if we execute this plan?
Exactly.
And, that makes sense.
And I feel like that's basically the situation. I just wasn't sure myself when I started talking about it, but I kind of talked myself into figuring out what it would look like. If that makes sense to you, Connor.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cool. So the answer you get, Evelyn, so you see a minute's worth of a vision. And you see yourself. It's unclear to you in the vision how you got here. But you see yourself in what looks like a hospital, some sort of like really high tech medical facility, and you're like sneaking through the corridors, and you are looking through, like, you go down a corridor and then you look through some plexiglass and you see like a operating bay with some like surgeons and cybernetics and other people like that, like working, or maybe not actively working on, but like keeping stable and like maybe preparing to do something in the future on Vigo. And so you see him, like, you know, in a coma basically.
Okay.
But you look at the, like, maybe look at a, we see you duck into a side corridor as you hear footsteps coming, and then you look at the like uniform of the person walking by, and like the name of the hospital is like on the uniform, or at least the logo, you know, enough that you could figure out where it is. So let me figure out what that hospital's called. I wonder if there's a hospital name generator. Of course there is. Oh, perfect. Oh, I love this. Yeah, this place is called New Eden.
Okay.
So I'll put that in chat just in there forgets, but yeah, New Eden. And so you know where it is, like Oracle gives you the name, but then you'd probably actually have to tell Fergus, okay, now look this up. Like, okay. What's up with New Eden? Unless you want to spend Oracle again, but
I mean, no, I'll just ask. Yeah, I'll let Fergus make a roll rather than me commit effort. That seems more efficient.
Is this in the past, though?
No, this is present time.
Present time. Is this effort for the scene or for the day?
Evelyn?
Mine?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All of mine is for the day.
Well, if I search this, it's always, you know, there's always a chance it could be backtraced. If there's something that, you know, people trying to keep an eye on what we're looking at. But if you use your psychic powers, no, you can't hack that. Well, I mean, you kind of can now because this is weird, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'll just use Oracle. Yeah, what's up with New Eden?
Yeah, so the question is what specifically?
Yeah, what's up with New Eden?
What's up with New Eden? I don't know. I don't know if you want me to give the genie like answer to that.
No. I guess who's in control of the situation with Garrett in New Eden?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So you continue seeing this vision, right as you do these like successive oracles. Where is Evelyn when she's doing this? Like, I assume she's like in a lotus position or something, like meditating.
In a lotus position,
like sitting cross-legged is what that is.
Just cross applesauce is the colloquial.
The colloquial.
Yeah, in the
vernacular.
Probably on the bridge of the ship.
Okay. Yeah.
Normally have another place to like stay or hang out. So if we're planning something, we're probably all together on the ship.
Makes sense. Yes, we see Evelyn. Yeah, just like you probably looked up something on the console and then we're like, okay, now I'm gonna sit down and actually do this. So the vision continues, and you see yourself like still sneaking through the corridors trying to get like a beat on what's going on with New Eden, and you see two men walking down a corridor. One of them is familiar if you've watched Elysian Road before. It's whatever the commander's name who was in charge of Garrett sent him on that mission. I don't remember his name, but middle-aged dude in a Order of the Dust uniform, and he's walking next to he's walking next to what's his face, Ulysses Salgado, the Paragon Science guy.
Oh, the guy we met
yeah,
a couple sessions ago or whatever.
Yeah, and so you can tell at this point that this is like in the future, obviously. So like it's not necessarily, and the conversation that they're having is it makes it clear that like he has just been brought into this because the negotiation that happened with the ambassador, like on the ship, went well for their side. And so basically it sounds like from the conversation you overhear in the vision that like they've been keeping him in a coma and he's basically been so the commander says something's wrong with his brain. He won't wake up. No matter what we do, he won't. And I'm afraid that if we try to induce, he'll just die. What we need from you, we've tried everything, but we need Paragon Science to make us a new him. Make us as many new hymns as we can get. Because he's a soldier we can't lose. And if he's going to die, I'm going to use up every drop of him if I have to. He signed a contract with the Order of the Dust, and I'm going to get as much as he's worth out of it. But please, if there's anything you can do, don't kill him. And so the Paragon Science guy's just like nodding, giving him like an evil looking grin, like classic villain. Like, oh yes, of course, we can make this happen for you, Commander. No worries. The specimen will be intact when I'm through with him. I can promise you that. And the commander doesn't look, he looks a little uneasy as to what exactly the guy meant by intact, but they continue walking and you don't hear the rest of their conversation. So yeah, the Order of the Dust is, running, or maybe not, they're not in charge of the hospital, but they are the ones at least paying the hospital to like keep him in a coma, and then they've hired Paragon Science to come in and clone him, basically.
Okay, so, and we know where it is, we know how to get in there. Wait, what, Jared?
I said now you can have 2 boyfriends.
But I don't want 2 boyfriends.
Evelyn doesn't even know if she wants 1 boyfriend.
Yeah, for real. I think that I might want to just like call them up. Like literally be like Fergus, give me a direct line with these people, and just call them up and be like, I can resurrect him with the power of Fergus. You don't have to make any clones. I literally think that's how I want to play this.
I mean, the thing is, they might still just want the clones at this point, even.
I could make clones too.
Yeah, I mean, that is a play. You call him up and be like, he said, I can make clones too. Tell him I can make clones too.
Oh, there you go.
Could I?
Knowing Fergus, I'm sure you could figure out some way to attempt to do it. Whether or not it succeeds.
What TL are people?
What TL are people?
5 at least.
Ah, darn.
But Fergus,
but
you are working on
all I do is
I
Google what's it called, Full Metal Alchemist. I find the
the old anime
blueprints for humans. Then I'll have my nanobots make a human. We'll switch a rule on.
So that works for one. The thing you'd have to do first is you'd have to figure out some way for your nanites to create more nanites.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because as of right now, you can only have the nanites do one thing, and then they're locked in it.
That was mostly it.
You need to make them self-replicating first.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I mean, honestly, that might be a play, Evelyn, if like your plan is like call them up and say, hey, we heard that Paragon Science is going to do this for you. It's a horrible idea. We'll help you instead. And here's what we'll do.
Yeah, we can do it instead. Yeah,
try it.
I'm down. I want to do that for sure.
Your talk? Just for the audience.
My talk is awful.
Fergus.
So I was hoping that you would do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since you're the one offering anyway.
Fergus could even like transform himself into Evelyn if you really cared.
Yeah, I'm down. Do it.
Would they? Is that a good idea though?
I don't know. It depends on what your plan is exactly.
Wait, hey, can you bioscion other people if they're willing?
Yeah.
So don't make clones. Just get a whole bunch of volunteers and turn them all into the guy.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
You have to keep it active though with effort though, right?
I don't know if I have to use one effort. I don't know if it's one effort per person though. I don't think it says.
I'm pretty sure that is what it is because you always have one effort committed because you have it on you. I don't know why it would work differently for other people.
Yeah, if the changes are permanent, and that wouldn't work. But they don't have to know that it's not permanent.
It says that the power, if applied to a target other than the psychic, the power automatically ends if the psychic gets more than 100 kilometers away. That's the only thing it says.
Okay.
Yeah, that means then the effort must work the same way.
Okay. So it's effort per each?
Yeah, basically you could do it to like 4 people or whatever effort you have.
Just not however many people within 100 kilometers.
Right, exactly. And as soon as you went out of system, they'd all go back to them being themselves.
So then it wouldn't matter anymore. This would be gone.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you don't want to give Order of the Dust all their clones, you can pretend. Mm-hmm. Fergus could certainly pretend like he can do it. That's a no-brainer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so is that the plan?
So should I just call up my buddy again? is that a plan?
Which buddy?
Who's your buddy?
The Order of the Dust guy that I've been that I keep calling.
Okay. Oh, the ambassador. Okay.
Yeah.
You can. Yeah.
I could do that. We already have it in, but
I already have his phone number unless he's changed it.
Yeah. This is your gig, Evelyn.
Yeah, I'm down. Do it. Make the call.
So, real quick before that happens, is Till in the room? I assume this is like a team meeting, right?
He's on the bridge. Oh wait, it's not the bridge because we have a tiny bridge. It's in the. Do we have a war? What is our war room? Is typically the kitchen, isn't it?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Hey, we're in the kitchen. Evelyn, this is your show.
I mean, Till is just like giving you a look like Evelyn. He's not saying anything, but he's just like looking at you with his like classic lean against the wall, arms folded, just like, are you sure you want to get into this, kid? Like that is a bold move, but he doesn't say anything.
Okay.
Gives you the PC look. Communicates everything with his eyes. Oh, but it doesn't work because he's an NPC now. Oh no.
Gosh, dang it.
Yeah, are you doing it or not?
I think I'll just ask him. I'll just ask him straight up. Like, you've got something to say. I think she says, Till, something on your mind?
Yeah, he grunts and he says, Evelyn, while I'm sure that Fergus could pull off some sort of trick to make them think that we can actually accomplish what they need, are you sure you want to bring that much attention to the group? Crawl is after you. If you just call them up, they have a true artificial intelligence. You don't think they'll be able to find that out?
Yeah, I guess she sits back and thinks about it, and she says, well, they don't have to know that I'm involved, do they?
I suppose you could give them a fake name, but... And he looks at Fergus.
Don't talk with him at all. Just Fergus.
Yeah, and then he looks at Fergus and he says, the trick will be keeping the fact that it's a signal coming from the Void's Grace from prying eyes.
I mean, I already took care of that.
Just like permanently? Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, with the
forgot.
I bought.
Yeah, I forgot you souped out the Void's Grace to be undetectable. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, so he doesn't say that then. Yeah.
Unless he doesn't know about that, and I just secretly did it.
No, I'm pretty sure you conferred on it.
I know. I'm
Yeah, he does look at you, I think, though, and then says like, who would you pretend to be?
Oh, so I'm not going to be me?
Well, I'm pretty sure they know who you are.
Oh, okay.
I have no opposition in general to a plan where we are actually invited to the place, but we have other enemies. And if they find out, well, do we really want to make this hospital into a war zone? The other option I see is go in covertly. Maybe one of us suddenly comes down with a rare disease that needs to be treated.
Okay, that sounds like way too much fun to pass up. But at the same time, I feel like Evelyn's too like eager to get to this, right? Like she's not just gonna lay low for a little bit and let this all play out.
Well, that you could volunteer yourself to be the patient.
Yeah, that seems like an awful idea. Excuse me, I'm sick.
I could cover myself in like cancerous tumors.
Yeah, let's let Fergus do it.
I mean, Fergus would definitely be the person to do it. It just depends on if Evelyn wants him to. Because it makes sense that Evelyn wants to like press forward. But you know, Till being Till is being cautious.
Yeah, I feel like I was trying to give off the air that she has like an intense plan, right? Like like she's got a really, awesome plan for what's to come. But no, I don't think she does. But I think the point is she doesn't care right now. Right? Like she just wants to find him and figure it out. Like she's not about to sit around for a long time and try to slowly figure things out. So I think she's just trying to make it seem like she's got a big plan and like, let's just call him up and do whatever.
Yeah. So maybe you look at Till and just say, trust me. I know what I'm doing. I like that sort of thing.
I don't know.
I mean, the way I see it, we have 3 options. We call someone, pose as someone else, call them and just be me and us, use the inn we already have, or we could sneak in. Or I guess guns blazing is always an option, but that's probably not a good idea.
You say that and your voice goes down as soon as Till like gives you the glare.
And the hospital itself is controlled by who again?
You haven't asked the question yet. Fergus hasn't done any searches on that.
But those two are in control of the situation with him.
Yeah,
but
with him.
We don't know who the hospital is owned by necessarily.
Yeah, you don't know what New Eden's deal is.
It really doesn't matter who owns the hospital because there are innocent people being treated at the hospital.
Yeah, well, at the same time, I'm just thinking, why not just? I mean, it's a public hospital, is it not, or is it a private hospital? No.
Like, I mean, you don't know anything about it, but I mean, if Fergus does a cursory search on it, right? If he just literally types in the name New Eden on the planet web, it comes up as like incredibly like the highest level medical facility on the planet, maybe in except for TL5, like maybe in the sector. And like very, very private, incredibly expensive. That's the level of what it is. Yeah, very private.
So we couldn't just walk in.
No, you'd have
that's
to.
That's what I meant to ask.
mean, with the amount of money we still got, we could.
That's true. Yeah, but they're probably like have reservations or something for like years to come or waiting list or something, right? So yeah, you could use money and subterfuge to like get put on that list,
or I could just transform into someone who's on the list.
Yes, certainly. Yeah, you could go find someone who's like the next person on the waiting list, steal some of their hair, and then transform into them. Yes,
and then knock them out and take them prisoner,
and go instead. Come. Yeah.
That sounds like an awesome plan. Let's do that. That just sounds like the greatest fun to
for the show.
For the show.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
I agree.
So how does this idea get brought up? That's the question.
Fergus is probably just going through like 80 different conniving plans that he can think of.
He's floating with the green gem in front of him, and he's like, "Oh, I found the one thing where we win."
He just holds up a finger, looks at you, Evelyn.
Yeah. I'm like, huh?
But I mean, probably what's happening is Fergus is just like doing Google search or Spoogle searches at this point, or like finding out more about New Eden. And then he looks at the waiting list, and then he's like, interesting. John Smith, the last person, the person who's about to go into the hospital. He lives like in this city that we're in right now. Interesting, that sort of thing.
Yeah, Jared, there's no possible way within the mechanics of the rules that you can disguise other people, correct?
I can, but you have to stay within 100 kilometers, and
let's do it.
You have to.
We're going in.
It costs effort for each person that I'm changing.
Okay. Let's do it. Come on.
Do it how?
Am I disguising you or
both of us?
Oh, sorry, kidnapping.
We're both going to go in like that.
Okay,
Fergus, make a program roll to see if you can. Make a luck save. Right, because the main thing is like, are there two people who are about to be brought to the hospital from the waiting list? Has everything lined up like that?
I'm not as good at this as I am. All right, let's go.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. So there is very conveniently a man and a woman who right, like are on the waiting list and are near enough and like they're the next two people to be brought to the hospital. They're scheduled to arrive any day. And if you hustle, you might be able to intercept them and pose as them.
Evelyn, I mean this in the nicest way possible, but I think I should probably be the woman.
That's hilarious.
She just goes, what do you mean?
I look to Till and then
Till's just shaking his head like, do not drag me into this.
I'm just looking around for help. Your mannerisms are much more.
I interrupt you. I say, quick, crying command.
Yeah, cry right now.
Why?
Exactly.
All right. Crying command.
Fergus openly weeps.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How's Dylan responding to this whole situation?
What's happening?
Caleb, you're muted.
Still muted.
I did the wrong way. They're talking about they're talking about posing as people on the wait list to go into this hospital.
Sorry.
And there's a man and a woman who are gonna be treated at this private hospital, and Fergus and Evelyn are gonna pose as them. And Fergus looked at Evelyn and was like, "No offense, but I think I should be the woman." And so everybody's like Ode said, "Evelyn, cry on command." And Evelyn's like, "Why?" And then Ode's like, "Fergus, cry on command." And Fergus just like starts openly weeping. How's Dylan responding? Yeah, you're hearing the plan here.
I mean, she's just, I don't know. I feel like there's nothing significant for her to comment on.
The main thing I was just wondering is like, in this exchange, you'd be the person to maybe come to Evelyn's defense as the other gal. I'm just curious if you're amused by the joke here, or offended with her, or you don't care.
Oh, it's not even a joke.
Right? Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah, I think she's pretty indifferent to the.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, they're right."
Yeah.
So you're saying I'm not woman-like?
Yeah.
Maybe just think of it like it's easier to pretend to be a stoic guy than an emotional woman. We'll go with that.
I think I understand now. So I'm supposed to pretend to be a man.
Just do what you normally do. Do it good.
I didn't realize I was seen as a man.
People just don't like strong women figures. It's okay. We live in a very patriarchal society.
I think I understand. Okay, make me a man.
Well, we can't do that until these two kidnap two sick people.
Do you say that to Odin Dylan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just look at Dylan like, wait, I missed that part.
Apparently Fergus is signing you guys up to be abduction duty.
I guess so.
What's that mean?
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea.
I mean, we got to kidnap them to get their DNA and then keep them so they don't, show up at the hospital while we're there wearing them.
Oh.
I guess. Can't we just like break their car or something?
They're rich. They probably have like 12.
Yeah, the point here is that like they can't also show up to the hospital. They have to like be out of commission for it to work.
Right. Okay. Well, maybe you should change what Dylan and I look like until we're done with that, so that we don't go to jail as soon as they actually get to the hospital. And then you can change what you guys look like afterwards.
I have the bestest idea I've ever had. I changed Dylan into Teleport Lady, and I changed Odin to the
beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm like, go wild, you two.
Wait, why didn't we do this before? Let's just go like shoot at some cops and then you know what I'm saying?
Evelyn gives you a like very disturbed stare.
My gun is non-lethal, remember?
I get what you're saying. You want to then have them be like on the line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were just like, heck yeah, excuse to go shoot some cops.
No.
I've always wanted to commit petty
It's
mayhem.
So concerning.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you guys should do some graffiti.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll get them put away for a really long time. All right. Well, I don't know how long this lasts for, so let's do the thing, I
Forever.
guess.
I mean, until I want it to be done, not like forever.
Well, the question,
I look in a mirror.
Is, if we need to go on a mission to get the DNA from these people, then don't we need the other people's DNA to even turn into them in the first place?
I think we would need DNA to actually be them, but to look like them, I don't think so, right?
To look like them, no, but to like
you're going
be
to
them on the genetic level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
I can make you look like whatever I want, but to like be someone like down to like the genetic.
So it's basically Fergus as an artist is attempting to make you look like Alex, but it's not perfect and certainly not genetically perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
So
but I assume the reason that we need to be genetically those other people is because we're going to a hospital.
Yes. So they're going to have like
problem.
fingerprints and all that stuff.
Darn it. I should have gotten their DNA from the big ship. Connor sets the need.
I mean,
for what?
I could do that. Yeah.
They both bled on the ship.
Oh, well, actually, only the guy I shot didn't bleed at all. My gun's not lethal. So we'd only have the DNA for the girl because she got cut.
Yeah.
But I just shot them with nano.
Does he have hair?
Yeah, he has hair.
I mean,
he had his helmet on the whole time.
He has like a whole like big suit on. Right?
Yeah. It was like sealed armor.
We could probably find blood on the Connor sense the need.
Yeah, I mean, I could legitimately do that.
If Evelyn senses the need, you can get any.
Yeah, That way, if we get caught,
I mean,
then
literally,
be even more
to be
convinced.
fair, if you spend sense the need, Fergus, you have the DNA for all of them because you had the ISS Rubicon too, the ship they were on.
Oh, yeah, I
Honor,
forgot
I
about
need you to
that.
sense the need. This is so,
Yeah.
this is so
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, this is huge. I mean, there are so many things we can do from this.
So this is this isn't Fergus thinking of it. It's Evelyn having thought of it and having grabbed samples for Fergus in the past. Yeah.
Yep.
Like a good
I
leader.
hate them all to
Perfect.
have their genetic
Which is
memory in
that's
files.
just such a great, creepy, perfect scene.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Fergus is like, oh, I can't believe I didn't remember to get their DNA. And you're like, this DNA?
Yep.
Hold up a hair.
I just hand
A
him like
vial of
several
blood.
vials of blood.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I knew you were going to ask about that. You're like, no. It's a cover.
Yeah, you just have every single person on the ship go through like a medical exam.
Mhm.
Just,
Yeah, you go to their auto doc.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Fergus just takes the vials. He's like, "This is the part I hate the most." And he just eats them
Just
because I
what?
assume that that's what's needed.
I hope none of them have any, like,
I'm pretty sure that's
I
what we've
mean,
done in the past. Yeah.
unfortunate
if they
bloodborne
do,
pathogens.
if they do, I can just heal it. It's fine.
Yeah. It's
Like
Don't-
I can,
That's true.
I can fix
Okay.
congenital birth defects. So
Mhm, mhm. I'm sure you
Wow.
can fix AIDS. It's fine.
yeah.
Cool.
Spades.
Yeah,
Okay,
spades.
sure
Sorry,
do.
space AIDS. Yeah. Yeah. So,
Oh, no.
I'm glad you haven't named any gang the Spades yet.
so Dylan and Ode. I guess the plan is to drop you off and have you ambush these people. Let's do this Blades in the Dark style, and let's just
I
like
guess
jump
so.
right into it, right? And you can make rolls in the for the past if you would like
Engagement
to.
roll.
Well, like we can just start, and if you needed anything to like prepare for, we can make the roll after the fact. Right, but I think maybe what we
Okay.
just see like 24 style, right? Like a panel of Ode open up, and then another panel of Dylan open up, and they're like doing different things in different places. Right, we see Till dropping Ode off or Dylan off on in his hover car that he bought recently, and then Ode takes a taxi, and ends up like in front of this big skyscraper, and yeah, I mean, so what's your guys' approach exactly? Because like they both live.
we don't need to worry about stealth.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So,
but you might be caught and then
yeah,
have to fight,
honestly.
right? So
oh, I mean, that's better.
both of them live in really expensive parts of the city, and like
Right.
so you can't just like walk in. It's like a gated community style stuff, right? A
Oh,
huge,
yeah, of course,
huge
yeah.
luxury skyscraper where all the rich people live, and you can't just walk in. So what's your plan?
I mean, but the more trouble we cause, the better at this point. So,
Do we see Ode just literally run in past the guards?
Just know you have
I'm-
Till and Fergus like as your eye in the sky codex
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
Hack.
I mean, I'll probably confer with Dylan first, but I don't know.
Yeah, so the two
Yeah.
people, real quick, the two people that you're going to be ambushing. First guy is Silas Castellas. He is from Midas, and he's visiting because he has like some rare form of cancer or radiation, something, right? That he picked up from like some faulty tech, faulty pre-tech maybe. And he's coming to get that taken care of. He's been on planet for maybe like a month, waiting for the time for him to come in. Yeah, so he rented out a luxury suite at the top of this giant tower. There's like a garden and everything in there. And then the woman is Tamara Sledkova, who is from Bratislav, actually, the gun control world, the moon. And she's an Imperium like high up Imperium administrator of some sort. And she has some sort of.
Maybe we should just drop these people out of the window instead.
She's she has some sort of rare MES problem. That's like medication isn't helping it. And so she's come here to see if she can get that figured out.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And so they're both in luxury suites, not near each other. So it's not like you're not going to be going to the same building. Yeah. So different parts of the city. Say what you're playing.
Oh, right. Okay. I don't know why I assumed they were a couple or something. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of.
Well, that's a problem because we can't just ride the wave of chaos. We have to like do the first one well enough that we can make it to the second one and do that too. And I don't think we should split it. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Are we going to split up? We should have this conversation in character, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like them splitting up in a city they're unfamiliar with is like the least smart thing to do.
I sort of don't think that'd be a good idea either. So I guess we could just go together and we'll try and get out clean enough on the first one that we can make it to the second one. I hope that Till won't mind if his car gets impounded for having fugitives on it.
Yeah, so Till like thinks about it, just like, yeah. You can take the taxi.
Okay. Well, I mean, if the taxi gets pulled over, though, the guy driving it's not going to keep going.
You shouldn't have any trouble getting there. I can always pull you out if something goes really wrong.
I mean getting to the second place. I don't think we'll have problems with the first place. But we have to like make it to the second place somehow. And if everyone
just knock them out and put them in a bag.
I'm not worried about the people. I'm worried about everybody else and like the cops. Not worried like I think we're going to lose, but worried like they might follow us and then pound our cars.
Well, then don't be noticed on the first one.
Right. Yeah, that's a thing we were good at. That'll happen. Let me just check my stealth skill, Fergus.
I'm gonna give
-1.
I'm gonna
Evelyn probably
do a talk
says
roll here to inspire you.
When Ode says that, Evelyn probably points out, like when he's like, "Oh, this is coming sneak roll." Evelyn just points at pointing to his character sheet. Oh, you're very bad.
How would you know? I don't even think I've tried this before.
How was you doing it, stealth?
Good question.
Stealth?
Sneak is the skill you're looking for, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I just recall.
I've got a -1 in sneak.
Also -1.
Yeah, bad at sneaking. Me too.
Should have hired your other character, David.
Yeah, right.
I could probably find her in the directory of.
Well, the problem is that she works for the Order of the Dust, and they work ostensibly for the Imperium, and one of these people is an Imperium administrator lady.
She's part of his team, wasn't she?
Yeah,
but there are like several connections that would have to be she'd have to be convinced of before she'd be willing to do it. That seems outside of the scope of.
You also have no idea who she is,
exactly,
or why. Like, you don't have any reason to contact. Unfortunately,
have Evelyn talk to her. Be like, yes, this is my lover.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy to have her back in. I still have to give her some more characterization first, but I'd be happy to have her show up again.
I think it makes sense for this crew to attempt something really messy at first.
Nothing.
Yeah.
That was your personality for the first time, was stealthy, sexy lady.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not going to change. I'm just going to try and add to it.
Perfect.
Stealthy, sexy lady with a dark past.
Yeah. And just pretty sure it was basically just Black Widow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, does that mean Kiana's going to get her own solo movie?
Yeah, after I die, though.
Right, yeah.
It's going to be like one of the worst movies ever made.
But instead of like jump scissor kicking somebody in the face, I'm just going to kill them because that seems more effective. So anyways, yeah, okay. Well, I guess this is just going to be a question of maybe we should, here's what we'll do. We'll steal a car first. We'll take that car to the first place, and then it won't matter if we get pulled over because the car won't lead back to us. Deal? Sound good? Plan?
Do you two know how to drive yet?
I have 1 to drive, or no, 0 maybe. Hold on.
That was
Yeah, no, I'm.
No, okay.
I'm checking. I have pilot. Is it pilot?
Yeah,
that's the other one, right? Pilot. I'm like, I mean, I practiced
last time
some.
You two tried driving something didn't go so well.
So I practiced before I bought the cycle. I just didn't get a lot of use out of my practice, but I know how to drive. I mean, I don't think I probably have a license, but I didn't get a license for it, but I took the online classes. So,
Good luck.
Thanks. Bye.
If you need anything hacked or unlocked or
computered, you should computer the car when we steal it, because
Okay,
thanks.
So did you say you're going to steal the car first?
Yeah.
I mean, why not just take a regular taxi to the first place and then steal the car on the way to the second place?
Well, because if we're being chased,
do you want to start the mission with stars already? Is that what's...
Well, so we can either steal the car at 0 stars or steal the car at 5 stars. So I feel like one of those will be a lot easier than the other. I'm not really worried about the in-between. I'm not worried about
But also,
the
you can't make it worse than 5 stars, is what I'm mainly saying, right? So then anything you do at that point...
That's a video game.
Yeah.
This is not a video game.
That's fair.
Also, if we steal... What TL is the planet we're on? It's 4, right?
4, yeah.
We're on like a mercenary planet. This might be kind of rough, but...
Everyone just pulls out guns. Yeah.
We can get a flying car. We can just fly into the level. No, I'll kill people. Right. I remember my character's not murderous teenager.
If I may offer a solution, we have a lot of money left over. Just go buy one.
Well, yeah, but I'm trying to make sure it doesn't lead back to us, right? That's my...
Look at your body.
Right, but I mean, like my account will lead back to me. They'll be like, "Who bought this car?" And they'll be like,
in cash."
I don't think anyone does that anymore, especially not on this planet.
Yeah, I guess.
That would probably be more suspicious if anything.
Yeah. I mean, I could make.
Yeah, Fergus could make a roll.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, that's fine with me.
Fergus could go buy some Bitcoin and then give it to you. So.
Right. All right. Yeah. I mean, it's fine. We can just. We'll figure it out as we go. We can swipe to be in there.
Don't we have their banking information? Did we get that at one point?
No,
they got our banking information.
Yes, but they didn't do anything with it. Yeah. Yeah, so Fergus, you can make a roll if you would like to see if you can have them buy stuff without being noticed.
I mean, I don't want to buy a car though; it's expensive, isn't it?
I will pay for it.
Okay.
Yikes! 8's not very good.
You rolled 2 ones. How interested are you in getting this car back? Exactly.
This isn't worth a stiletto charge.
No, it's not.
Very much not.
I mean, I think it should just be that they only accept like one form of like payment or currency here.
Yeah, I think Fergus, you're not going to be able to buy anything without someone without information being out there.
Here we go.
So you're just going to steal one?
Thanks. Yep. Walk out of the spaceship and look for some cars.
I mean, they're everywhere. So
I guess I take a taxi to somewhere else first, maybe.
So I think basically what you're doing, right, is you're going from the part of the city that is like all dreary and like inside to the like big dome in the center of the city that like has artificial atmosphere and plants and like, so it looks like it looks like New York or something, right?
Okay.
So it's like a big bubble so all the rich people can live in something that isn't like a constantly raining, dreary place.
Okay.
And so you take a taxi, or you can walk out into the grungy underground where where the docks are near and steal one of those cars, but then you'd have to drive it all the way to and into the dome.
Yeah, we should probably steal the car after we're in the dome, I think. Because I'm sure there's security at the dome.
So you can take a taxi or just...
yeah.
I mean, okay, yeah. It's going to be a negligible amount of credit, so don't even worry about it.
Okay.
So I mean, Odin Dillon as Alex and Victor are in a car.
We just
driving
load all of our military gear into this guy's taxi, I guess.
Heck yeah.
I mean, it is also cool, so I don't think the guy asked too many questions at first.
That's true. I mean, that's fair. Yeah. Except that, no, we don't even look like teenagers. Yeah, this is awesome.
Well, I mean, Alex does. And I mean, actually, they both do. They both are teenagers, but they're like older teenagers.
Oh, time out. Well, sorry, I'm looking for his picture.
He was very young adult.
Yeah, he's a young adult.
Yeah, puberty.
This guy is not.
train.
He's probably the oldest of the
puberty
crew.
hit him like a planet. There's no way that's a teenager.
Yeah, he's probably early 20s.
Sorry, what, Jared? What?
Have you seen his name?
All right, that's fair. Okay. Well, whatever. Oh, okay.
I just realized I should show have these on though.
Oh wait. Jared, keep it in your pants, Jared. What's a
Halverson?
Wait. Who's? All right, I pulled up the wrong character. That's slightly more believable. All right, I pulled up Fabiano for some reason.
Oh no, yeah.
There's no way.
That's from Side Stories. That's
okay.
That's Lucy.
You're right.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah. So this guy's probably like 19, 20. Victor is.
So I get in the car and he doesn't ask me why I have guns, and I look at Dylan.
Not
and I'm
at
like,
first.
We should do this more often. This is great.
Yeah, so you take the taxi to the big dome, and he drops you off at some restaurant or whatever on the outskirts of it, right? And you get out and look around, and there's a bunch of cars you can try to steal.
Great. All right. I mean, I look for the fanciest one. I'm just going to assume that Fergus can handle it.
Okay. So what do you walk up to it and then tell Fergus unlock this for me?
I'm like, hey, Fergus, I lost the keys to my really, really expensive flying car. Could you find my keys, please?
Assuming direct control.
It's like that. It's like that scene in the National Treasure where I just chuck the thing out the window and I'm like, hack the thing and find that. And you're like, oh, sure. You just assumed I could do that. Except that you're psychic, so it's different.
13 is certainly good enough. So you guys are just standing in front of this, like it's basically like the space version of a Ferrari.
Bruh.
And so it's like
this.
Yeah, nice. It's like, ruby red. It has flames along the side of it. But hover car. And then you
fly it through a GTA, change your paint, and lose the cop shot so I can keep it.
Yeah. But you walk up to it and we just see all the locks go, go up. And the door just swings open, and a VI in the inside says, "Welcome, master. Where can I take you today?"
Oh, this is cool. You think we have time to do something else? Drive around for a while? Take me to, I'm going to look up the most expensive restaurant on the planet.
McDonald's.
This is probably nothing because we're on a military planet.
Caleb, no.
No, that's I mean, what's the most expensive place to eat on a military planet?
I mean, this is like the rich quarter, so there's probably like a really expensive exotic restaurant that has like stuff.
I go there first. I tell it to take me there.
Does no one on the psychic comms tell to not waste time?
Nope. Cool. All right, you go there.
Yeah, I mean, no, I think
Dylan probably like elbows him in the ribs.
Like, no, we gotta like lose our tail. We can't look like we just walked out of the spaceship and went straight there, Otherwise, they'll connect us on surveillance to the spaceship. We gotta leave a trail that they don't follow long enough to find us. And I'm whispering so that the driver can't hear me.
Yeah.
We have a telekinetic link. You're fine.
Oh, yeah. I just stand there weirdly making expressive looks on my face, but not saying anything. Out loud. Except.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I go there.
You're going to the fancy restaurant? Okay, that sounds good.
Unless Dylan really buckles down on it. That's my half-baked excuse. It's not a terrible excuse, though. Because even if we look like this, if we walk out of the spaceship and then immediately go attack people, they're just gonna be like, oh, look, they walked out of the spaceship 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Do you insist, Dylan, or let him go to
we'd be getting out of a taxi, right? Like, it's not like we're immediately going from the spaceship to some apartment.
My thought process is like, if somebody kidnaps super rich people, they're gonna be like, okay, cool, let's watch the surveillance footage. They're going to see us. They're going to go back through surveillance footage. And if they follow us long enough, they'll see us coming out of a spaceship. I assume this place is well surveilled.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to leave enough of a trail here. I mean, okay, I as a player, I'm trying to leave enough of a trail here that maybe they won't go back far enough to find the spaceship. Because they only have to do one jump. They have to go from our car to the taxi to the spaceship.
And Fergus wipe the security footage from around the spaceship.
Sure. Yeah, you can do that with program.
Or loop it for the time they walk
You
off.
can try, yeah. I mean, Sample could figure it out, but.
Right, as I say, so as long as they're like not super complicated.
Is Till helping me?
Sure.
But I don't actually suggest that you do that. I'm just gonna go to because in character I don't.
I mean, yes, this sounds like something Fergus would have done. Is just looped it when they got out of the spaceship.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, I already looped it. You don't got to worry. Or Till and I looped it already.
Shut up.
Oh, I mean.
So he gives you a +1. Whoa!
Dang it.
Yeah.
All right. So how does that play out?
I mean,
you say that I say that, and then I'm like, oh wait, yeah, no, the restaurant. Yeah, good idea.
All right, let's go.
So you do not go to the restaurant?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Cool. So
I just feel like it would be weird, like for the people that were disguised as to just casually go.
Probably.
Oh
yeah.
Probably.
Ode doesn't care. Ode wanted fancy food.
Yeah.
He wanted
I
space.
have enough money to afford it, and I'm wearing a different face, so I won't be questioned.
Yeah. Cool. So we see the Ferrari pull up to the giant skyscraper, like luxury skyscraper where all these rich people live. Like it's the first one they're gonna be going to today. And what do? You just leave it on the sidewalk?
Well, so is this like do you have to go in from the ground floor? Or do the rich people have like landing pads for sky cars? What is this like?
Yeah, they probably would, but it's probably less like landing pads and more like little garages. So you'd have to like have the little beeper that opens up the door in the side of the building to like go in.
And I hover in front of that and I'm like, hey, Fergus, I lost my keys for the building. I don't know. Can you open the door?
I got you, boo. Can I just assume Till's going to be helping me with all these?
I mean, he'll have to make the roll every time too, though, because that's how it works. But I'll make it.
Oh.
I'll do it just for you. Yeah, another +1.
What are to make rolls today?
9 is not terribly good.
Roll like me.
We should be having Till do these because you can re-roll the ones.
No, that's not how that works. No, Jared keeps thinking this. The only thing in the game that does that is diplomat. That's the only focus in the game.
Oh yeah, it's just you get extra. You
just get extra roll. Yeah,
but so do you, right? Yeah. Hey,
I don't. Yeah.
So I can't get the front door. I'm gonna need you guys to go in through like the sewer.
I mean, that's not true.
Yeah, sure. I know. Yeah, sure. Is there a place I can land in front of this door, or is it just like suspended in the air?
No, it's basically it's literally like a skyscraper, and then there is a garage door on the side of a skyscraper that you can't get in. So I mean, you could leave it running on the side of the building and then jump in through the window or something, or attempt to do that.
Okay, I shoot the door with my gun.
All right, here we go.
I mean, I guess Dylan has a chance to stop me. I put it in hover, I grab my shotgun, and I lean out the window.
What are you shooting at?
I'm going to use the manual opening mechanism. I'm going to shoot the door open. Fergus can't get it.
At least go to her window first. We're going through her window. Don't go in through the door.
Let me actually see if I have any.
It's an idea. Does her room have a window facing outside, I assume, somewhere like a large balcony door? Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I think I think the first person on the list is probably Silas, the guy.
All right, I'll do that then. Unless Dylan finds something.
The same building?
No,
I don't think so. That was the problem.
I think we should roll a luck save.
No.
Well, the whole reason that we talked about getting a vehicle was because we needed to get around that. So I'm going to assume they don't.
Yeah.
I'm just being cheeky.
Yeah.
Were you trying to roll something, Dylan?
No, I don't have anything that would work well.
Okay.
All right, I will try and find the window then and hover outside of his window.
Yeah, so go ahead and make a sneak roll, because it's possible he's just walking around his apartment and looks out the window and sees this.
Can I make a luck roll if I'm not trying to be sneaky?
Sure, yeah, you can make a luck save to just be like, he doesn't happen to be in front of the window.
I don't know if the math on that is better, but I think it is. Yeah, buddy.
Very nice, yeah.
Comes out of the shower and he's wearing a towel and that's it. He's facing the wrong direction.
No, yeah, so I think we just cut inside the building, right? Like the shot does, and we just see him like snoring. And he has like he's in a bathrobe, like he did take a shower recently, but he's just like sprawled across his bed, just snoring. With like, with the TV remote in his hand and like the wall that is the TV, like on some space soap opera.
I walk up to the door. I'm like, "Hey, Fergus, can you open this door? The patio door."
I'll try.
I assume is it an electronic door? Can he open it?
I
mean, I think everything is electronic.
I don't think these apartments have patios. Again, it's literally just a skyscraper. The insides are really nice. Yeah. It's basically like a big old, because these are probably like apartments that you'd rent as opposed to like permanent like lofts or whatever for rich people. It's basically like a really, really nice hotel that sometimes people stay in the long term.
Right. Cool. Okay, it was gonna be a little trickier than I thought.
But yeah, there is a large window, right? There's a large window like that faces outward, and you can literally just shoot the window and go in.
All right. I look at Dylan. I'm like, all right, do we want to jump through the window, or should I just put the front of the car through the window and we can get out? Which sounds less like we'll die to you.
What?
You are currently on a hover car right outside of a skyscraper.
Hover car. I was
yeah.
And there's a window into this like really nice apartment, and Ode is asking if you should if you should jump through the window, shoot the window, drive the car through the window.
I'm gonna shoot the window before we jump through it because I don't want to be cut to pieces. But it might be safer to just drive through the window and then get out. So he's asking you because I don't know. I'm pretty good at exert, but this is sort of like a fail and die.
Dylan looks at Ode in horror. What is it?
How big is the window? Like, would the car?
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it's like a really big window that covers like a whole wall that like looks out of the city.
I imagine it was like a big. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this isn't like a window in the side of a building. This is just a like the whole wall is a window.
Yeah. Let's hope it's not a load-bearing one. I'm just kidding. It wouldn't be.
A load-bearing window?
The entire skyscraper just comes down.
Glass wall.
Yeah. I don't know. It's the future. There might be those.
I mean, the frame might be metal and be fine.
Yeah.
What? Sorry?
Could I roll to disable the security system for just that room?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
That should be. Will you have a roll?
That's why we pay you the big bucks for your
man in the chair. That's not enough, so no plus.
Restart things.
Don't roll 2 1s this time, Jared. There you go.
Yeah. Yep. So we just see the little panel on the side of the room just like deactivate.
So do we decide?
A VI says security system disabled.
Yes. I'd like to think that I don't think about that. So I'd like it to happen slightly before we break into it. But I want to find out which way we're going. Are we driving in or are we jumping in?
I legitimately have no idea which would actually make more sense. So
we're going to flip a coin, except I don't have a coin. So here, 1 is I drive the car and 2 is we jump. All right, I gun the car and then Fergus is like, wait. He turns the security off and then it crashes through the window.
I panickedly hit enter as he's crashing through the window.
And then we leap out of the car and
see a bunch of
this is a raid. Get your hands up.
we see a bunch of lasers deactivate right before the car goes through, right?
Yeah, it was like a laser grid in the window.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then shatters, and so it still made noise. So someone's probably gonna check this out soon. But you crash the car into his living room. He it looks over. Yeah, this just balding man with a bathrobe on is just like looking over. He's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I yell, this is a raid. Put your hands up. And then I don't know. I guess I just shoot him.
Make a talk. You do, so it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Doesn't matter.
Tell me what he does.
Hands up. Yeah. He just stares there like shocked. He just stands there in shock. Yeah. Oh.
Oh my God. Metaphorically disintegrated.
Yeah, so
he only takes 15 damage. I rolled 2 1s on that.
He ragdolls against the wall, and then just like hits the ground. And then
I look at Dylan and I'm like, "This is awesome."
Can I activate the fire suppression system?
Sure. Fire, I don't think. Okay. Right.
Well, I'm doing that to like. You made a huge noise, so now I'm going to activate this so people are distracted and don't come look at you loading a man into a car.
Yeah, you trigger a fire alarm and like a total different floor. You're like, oh no, there's a fire down there. You should
evacuate the building. Don't come investigate this room.
Yeah.
We're all fine here now. How are you?
That can just be that can just be the pro.
Till gives you +2. There you go. Yeah. Yep. So suddenly we just see a bunch of people in their like little apartments, and then just water just starts like spraying everywhere, and then an alarm just like fire in the building. Please go to the nearest exit. Follow evacuation procedure. Yeah.
There's
so you
a
guys
fire at the door.
You guys are drenched. As you start loading this guy into the car.
Yeah. Like, all right, you get his legs. And I run over and grab his arms.
So yeah, one of you go ahead and make an exert roll, I guess, and the other one can help with an exert roll to see how fast you do.
What's your exert, Dylan?
+0.
I have +2, so you want to help him and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go and roll it with strength.
Oh, yikes.
Dylan is not helping. Yeah.
I mean, we're all wet, right? So I'm probably just having a hard time.
Yeah.
We already established he's just a man in a towel, so he's probably
Yeah.
His bathrobe comes loose a bit, and Dylan's like, "Oh,
that's
no,
what happens.
no,
It starts opening. She just drops his feet. I'm like,
but yeah, so you managed to, I think, get him on there. And you fly away in the hover car. And I mean, someone is probably going to follow you in a hover car because they see this happen, because it's just in the middle of the air and there's probably other hover cars going around, but like, you might be able to lose anyone who might be coming after you. But yeah, as you drive off, we see, like a security guard, like bang on the door and say, "There's a fire. I can sense that someone's still in the, apparently there's not anyone in the room." And then he just like breaks the door open and then sees like the hole in the hole on the window, and he just says, "Oh crap, I'm gonna lose my job."
He committed suicide. That's
right, exactly. That's the
I lose my job.
Yeah, so this like disgruntled security cop just like goes over to the side and just like, oh no.
Ooh.
That's perfect because he's super like sick and dying. So
yeah, that's true.
Right,
perfect
exactly.
cover story.
It's gonna be bad when he checks in at a hotel later or a hospital later, but that's okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's true actually.
Like, somehow he survived.
Apartment.
But I guess there's no record. So
yeah, when you get there, be like, we'll make you all cut up looking, and he'll be like, yeah, someone broke into my. I jumped off my apartment and didn't die, so now I'm here. There's I
think I might be psychic.
I'm just too powerful.
I'm a bioscion. I didn't know it.
So actually, I don't need your help. I can cure my own cancer.
Great.
But yeah, the thing you're gonna have to do now is someone's gonna have to make a roll to lose anyone who might come after the hover car.
What kind of roll would that be?
So I mean, Ode or Dylan could roll to like pilot, and escape notice, or Fergus could just like try to like hack into all the security cameras and like the traffic lights and just like help you guys escape. You could also, honestly, there's probably both of those. So Fergus, make that roll. I assume you're going to do something like that to help them, though. But I think
I was literally just going to hack the other car and make it stop.
Oh, just make it stop. Yeah.
That was my plan. If whatever that was going to be the backup plan. I wanted to see whatever they were going to do first.
Yeah.
All right, I yell out, "I feel so alive!" and I start weaving in and out of traffic unnecessarily and going way too fast. And,
okay, make a pilot check.
I got a 7.
Oh, a 7 is not very good.
I rolled a 4 and a 1. Could have been better.
So yeah, I don't think you crash into anything. But a 7 in pilot basically just means you draw a bunch of attention to yourself, and so Fergus, it's not just one vehicle that's chasing them. Basically, we see just start to swerve into traffic. I think we have it's a tight close up on the cockpit of the Ferrari the whole time, right? And so we just see Ode going crazy. Dylan's like doing the mom thing where she like grabs the like handle like to not get pushed around.
Just flopping around.
Yeah, the two's just flopping around in the back. Yeah, I assume. Yeah,
nice.
But we get that tight shot, right? And so we see Ode going crazy, but we don't see what's actually happening outside the vehicle, really. And then we see a shot of a tunnel, right? So imagine basically like a subway tunnel sort of thing. It goes underground underneath this like New York City style thing. But we just see like a normal bit of traffic, right? So like cars going in and out, and then we just suddenly see Ode the Ferrari swerve around a corner, come down the tunnel, and then following him are like 15 police hover cars, just like all. And I think it's literally that GIF where it only looks like one at first, and then they all spread out, and then it suddenly I'll see
for some reason they're all in a line.
Yeah, in a line, and then they spread out through the tunnel to chase you down. Yeah,
I have some pictures for this. These cars. Not that it matters. Go ahead. Just gonna put them in the chat.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just Fergus at this point, I assume, trying to help you out.
Yeah, till I'm definitely need your help with this one.
Yeah, I can see that.
I probably shouldn't have waited. I just wanted to see what they were gonna do.
I was wondering what you were doing. Yeah, so he's frantically deactivating security cameras and creating false trails. So +1.
So while you're doing this, I look at Dylan. I'm like, "All right, Dylan, take the wheel. I'm going to lean out the window and shoot at the cars."
Dylan, take the wheel.
Yeah. I've also turned on some kind of like heavy metal rock station. Yeah.
I mean, this is a mercenary planet. There are definitely several of those.
With a 14, can I try and make it look like a true AI hacked their system?
No, I don't think 14 is quite enough. Yeah.
Not necessarily like the same efficiency, just leave like a little like marker that
you can leave the marker, but anyone worth their salt is going to look at that and see that someone tried to do that on purpose.
Maybe he was just doing multiple processes simultaneously, and so he didn't bother putting all of his effort into this.
Right? Yeah. But yeah, so Fergus, we see a Baby Driver style chase, right? Just crazy.
If Baby Driver was a terrible driver,
right? Exactly. But it looks less like it looks a lot like a Baby Driver car chase, but it's not Baby Driver intentionally looking reckless. It's Ode barely not crashing every single time he turns a corner, right? Just barely keeping it from falling apart.
So confident in his driving skills after this now.
We see the Ferrari.
I outchased 14 cop cars.
Right. And Fergus is like, no, that was me. That was me, buddy.
No, I'm like, wow, you did so good.
You did it.
But definitely the Ferrari looks completely beaten down after this. Like it's barely in driving order by the end of this car chase. But yeah, basically what Fergus and Till do is they reroute the cop cars. They mess with their scanners, and suddenly they're off in various places after Ode loses them. You manage. I think you pull up to what is basically like a gated community, like a legitimate suburb style thing for like fake sci-fi beach houses. Right. So it looks like they're all on a beach, but it's just like a fake ocean. You know.
Yeah.
It's a big lake, but it's salt water, and it's a whole environment created for these rich people to pretend they're in beach houses. And yeah, you pull up to that neighborhood. And you know the gal is in this neighborhood somewhere. So do you drive the Ferrari, looking all beaten up through the neighborhood?
I mean, how beat up is it really? All I did was go through a window.
No, I mean the whole car chase. You were crashing into stuff and like barely.
Oh, I thought you said I was almost crashing into stuff.
Well, so you were scraping against the sides and like you lost their the side view mirrors and that sort of stuff, right?
We could always steal a different one. Just pull a GTA.
This one's so nice.
That one.
It's not nice anymore.
I'll just I'll do that thing from Battlefield where we'll drive it up in the air, I'll jump out, and then I'll hijack another car midair. Anyway,
all right. Odin and Dylan die in a horrible car wreck.
Yeah. So
and then Evelyn stops looking into the future.
Yeah.
And we'll see what actually
right.
happens.
Yeah. Then we go back to the beginning.
Runs down her spine.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess. Like I said, at this point, speed is the thing, right? Because
got it.
Yeah.
So we just see a bunch of rich people. We just see a bunch of rich people like walking to the beach with their like umbrellas and whatnot down this like sidewalk, and we just see the Ferrari just like crashing, like barely off the ground at this point.
Yep.
And people are just like, "What in the?" So you've drawn notice, but like nobody really cares yet.
Like one of the grav things isn't working, so when I slam on the brake, instead of going to a stop, it like does a nose flip.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, whoa.
We see the guy behind you just slam into the back seats. And then
we all good? Everyone okay? Still breathing, right?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, all right.
He may have terminal cancer, but apparently a car ride is enough to finish him off.
Yeah. He beat cancer to be killed by a 14-year-old and drive a car. Well, he didn't beat it yet, but he was going to.
So right, what is Dylan's face as we see most of this from Ode's perspective, and then we like pan over to Dylan after Ode like does the nose flip and then it crashes down in front of this lady's house. We pan over and we see Dylan. What is the look on her face?
Yeah, she's just like white knuckling it.
Yeah, just
like eyes wide, like
Do you say anything? Do you just say something like, like don't ever do that again, or?
No, I don't think she says anything. I think she knows her own skill well enough to not comment.
She's like, well, I would have crashed it entirely, so I guess this is better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get out and like try and stabilize.
Right. No, exactly. What happens is I think the car doors, like obviously because it's sci-fi, like flip upwards, right?
Yeah.
But we see these flip up, and then the both of you get out, and you're just like, ooh.
Yeah. I think I like sprint out, and my legs aren't working properly, and I like face plant into fake sand. I'm like, oh, I'm good. All right. Yeah. And then I look around, and I look for the person we're supposed to kidnap.
Yeah, and obviously they're standing in front of their house, like with their beach clothes on, like ready to go out. And it's a old, middle-aged woman, so she's just like standing there like confused, and she says, can I help you?
I don't know. I think this feels less amusing when he's trying to kidnap a middle-aged woman than it did when he was kidnapping a guy who was asleep. So I think he feels slightly bad about it. So he looks at Dylan like, your turn. Well, hit her with a sword. That'll definitely be better.
I don't think Dylan has any kind of stun gun. Like, I just have a sword.
Right. Yeah.
So for like comedic effect as a player, I want her to just like shoot her with a stun gun and just be like, okay, let's be done with this job, kind of a thing. But
I mean, you could literally
just stun sword is a bit more menacing.
you could like literally just step over to Ode, face planted on the sand, grab his gun from him, and just shoot it at her.
Yeah.
I also have a pistol. Yeah. But yeah. Go ahead.
I don't know if I'm very good at shoot though.
No, I don't think you are. But
I've got -1.
You're just gonna accidentally paralyze somebody else.
What attribute do I use with strength with shoot?
Dexterity.
Okay. 6.
Yeah, 6 is not good enough.
I made an attack roll. I don't know if that because you have a really high attack bonus because you're.
Oh, that's
warrior,
true. Yeah.
So you'd be better at that.
Yeah, make an attack roll instead. I'll drag something to your sheet. Actually, I can add it from the sheet. add this gun momentarily. Yeah, I mean, so do you grab his like big stun shotgun or his like stun pistol?
Probably pistol.
Okay. So I'll just put a laser pistol on here for you. So go ahead and make that roll. Ooh, yeah, that's much better. 4 damage I don't think is enough though, right? You don't unfortunately do a lot of damage with this. Yeah. So you shoot her with a stun gun and she like gets like thrown against the door of her house that she just closed, and she's just like, what do you want? I'll give you I'll transfer credits to your account. I'll do anything.
Like, man, this is a lot less fun. I'm just gonna shoot her with the shotgun now.
Yeah, okay, good.
Okay. Oh wait, hold on. I'm not gonna burst fire. That seems excessive. Hold on. I did burst fire the guy, but
the door explodes.
There you go. Wow.
The door explodes.
She took 24 damage.
Yeah, so
explodes.
Yeah.
We see the door splinter behind her as she just like gets knocked out and slumps forward with her umbrella and her beach towel. Yeah, so someone is walking down the sidewalk and they just say, "What are you doing?"
I look at them and like, remember this face. And then I go to grab the lady.
That's funny. Okay, make an exert roll again. Dylan helping to see how quickly you get in the car before he calls the cops or something.
7.
So no bonus, just 7. So
okay, yeah, I got a 7 also.
It's taking you a while, right? To like dislodge her from the splinters of the door.
Can I intercept his phone call and pretend to be the police?
Sure, yeah, go make a program roll, yeah. So he just gets on his compad and starts like calling. He's probably not even calling the police. He's probably calling the like private military corp that protects this neighborhood.
Yeah. And I think this time it's me being awkward about carrying the person.
Right, of course.
She's in a bikini.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm like, they keep apologizing.
Still helping?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I forgot that was what was going on.
Sorry.
All right.
You should also be technically getting +2 every time for all the equipment if you haven't been adding that.
Oh, I have not. So you still +1, but yeah. Yep. 10 I think is good enough to. Okay, so I think what happens, Fergus, is you put on a 3-way phone call with the actual military court and the guy on accident. And so this guy immediately says, "Well, so make a luck save, Fergus."
Oof.
Okay, so the military corp guy talks first. He says, "Yes, you've reached the neighborhood security. What's your problem?" And so he says it first, but you're on the line, so you can try to say something.
Oh man.
You can try to pretend to be him instead, right? Like the other guy.
Ooh, yeah.
The guy he's calling.
Good. Oh my gosh, there's an emergency at the whatever building they were just at.
Yeah, and the person says, I'm sorry, that's actually outside the scope of, and then the emergency person gets on the line. I'm sorry, who's there? No, we're in the neighborhood. House 7B. There's people attacking someone.
Yeah.
First, just like, oh, well, I tried.
Yeah. Like, sorry, wrong number.
Wrong number.
You disconnect. Okay, yeah, so I assume Fergus in the psychic comm says, you're going to have company?
I tried.
That's okay. The car's not as nice as it was before anyways.
Yeah, so I think what happens out is you get the lady in, right? And you're trying to drive out of the neighborhood. But then what ends up happening is one of the side streets or one of the intersections, suddenly a like force field just like comes up to like stop you. Basically the sci-fi equivalent of the things they roll out on the street to like pop tires.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And so, there's suddenly a force field in front of you. You're going to slam face first into it if you do nothing.
So how big is the field? Like, can I try and go around it, or
make a no roll to see how much, see what you know about what this thing even is.
Okay. Hey, it's not as bad as it could have been.
I mean, as much as you could guess from being the equivalent of a thing you roll out to pop tires. That's as much as you know.
Right. Okay.
So you can make a guess from that, but
technically you can go over them.
you just go up and just try to like.
Yeah. Okay. I guess
go far enough up that it just isn't there anymore.
Yeah. I'm like this. There's got to be an end to this somewhere.
All right. Make a pilot check, Ode.
Okay.
This is an amazing sequence. I'm loving it. So yeah, I think a 10 is just good enough to. So you're skidding up it, right? But you make a really hard like up motion, and Dylan, you're pressed back into the back of your seat. Both of the people you have in the back just like tumble into this like into the back of the seat as well, and they're just like and you keep skidding, the bottom of the car just keeps skidding against the force field as you're just trying to like not go through it. And you get right to the top, and you can see that it ends, but that's when the car just like stops working and you just start tumbling down. So you haven't hit the force field, but now you are going like, you just suddenly pivot and you're going straight down to the sidewalk or to the road.
Okay.
And the car is not working.
Right. Yeah.
Because basically what happened is you went against the force field and it basically like shot the engine by the time you got to the top of it.
I was like, I think you could stall a grav thing. Okay, I see.
Yeah, basically what the field does is if you would have gone straight through it, all of the systems would have just gone immediately offline. So you wouldn't have slammed into it. You would have just like gone through it and then like deactivated.
Right. That seems like that's a lot different than the thing of spikes on the road, because then you just stop. But here I would have just crashed into the street. Okay. I'm going to do that anyways, I guess. So, I mean, I don't know what to do about that. Like, Fergus, can you fix my car? You got like 30 seconds.
I turn it off and then turn it on again.
Make a fix roll, Fergus.
Oh no, Till.
Yeah,
Till's gonna make that fix roll.
Till swipes you away from the keyboard, and he's just like, "I got this." Because this has
setting it to Wumbo.
This has way more to do with like knowing how hover cars work than anything else. It's like what will make the engine get back online.
Right.
He's still doing it digitally, obviously, but
yeah.
Okay, he's rolling a fix roll. He doesn't have any other bonuses to this, so. All right, here we go. Yeah, 10's good enough. So he just like, and then the engine like, and then suddenly comes back online moments before you hit ground. I assume you pivot back up.
Yeah, try not to black out, I guess.
And you almost do. I think like it's really close. Like the G's are just getting to you. But eventually you get into the air enough that you're starting to like, go away from the neighborhood. But you're at this point you're facing the ocean, the like fake ocean. So you can like turn around if you want.
Right.
But that's where you're heading right now.
Well, I was gonna say I'm just gonna go over the ocean for a while and try to lose people, but that, based on what just happened, seems like a bad idea.
And you can see there's some security cars coming after you in the distance.
Oh, right, okay. Then I guess I'm gonna just fly until Fergus can disable them. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, just evasive maneuvers, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to not be over the water for like, very long. Can you just make them stop flying or something?
Yeah, make a pilot check first to do evasive maneuvers, and then Fergus can do his thing.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah, 10's good enough for now. So yeah, Fergus, you're gonna try to like deactivate the security car so he can escape. I'll roll for Till to help you. +1. I think 12 is good enough to stop the security cars, but at that point, Ode, you're about to like leave the neighborhood, right? Like leave this entire place, but you suddenly realize that they activated like a force field around the entire environment. So there's like a force field bubble around the entire neighborhood at this point. So you've been like dodging and weaving around, trying to get rid of them. But then you're still inside the neighborhood by the time you figure out that there's a dome over it now. So Fergus will have to try something else to deactivate that if he wants to. But
does this car have wheels?
No,
I assume
so.
it can go on land if it wants, right?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
Because you can just drive hover cars in hover mode right above the ground anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Right. Except for like, you can't tow it then.
Ode, make a luck save.
Okay.
Does this fancy rich guy, whoever owned this vehicle, randomly have tires? No, he does not.
Okay. Great. All right, I guess
Yeah, this is some pretty advanced stuff. I don't know if I can hack the force field.
Yeah. All right. Well, so something's powering the force field, right?
Oh, you're a genius.
And you, yeah.
I try to like basically overload the circuit.
Yeah.
And like
flip that's a lot better than what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think what I'll do is I'll have, I think this is a fix roll, right? I think Till has to do this one.
Oh.
This is more.
Can I help with a program? Though?
Yes. Yeah. That's what I was going to say.
Okay. Did it? Oh, okay.
Yep. So +1 to his. Oof. Yeah.
Dang, girl. Holy cow.
Yeah, 16. Till looks at the diagnostics of like the power generator that's like, making the whole place go, and he just says, "Oh, I hate when people use these. They're so easy to destroy." And he just like flips a switch, and it circuits and pops, and the first field goes off. Awesome. You see Odin Dillon white knuckling the whole time, right off into the sunset.
We did it!
Yeah,
high five.
Dylan, do you high five Ode?
Probably hesitantly, but yeah. He's just like shaking a little bit.
Yeah.
I take it we're not bringing them back to the ship.
Good question. Yeah, you can meet in some rendezvous point to do this.
I go to the restaurant. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Yeah, where are we going to keep these people while we're doing your thing? I don't.
Probably not. Can I like program a safe house?
You can. Yeah, you can roll program to like buy a safe house or whatever. Okay. Right? Yeah.
Need you to roll for Till.
Yes.
I'm going to abuse him for as long as he's here.
It's fine. Yeah, so plus 2.
Make that roll.
Very good. Yep. Yeah, so some safe house probably is still in the bubble city. But the lowest class part of the bubble city you can get. And I guess Evelyn and Fergus. And maybe I assume actually we haven't been seeing we've been like seeing shots of Fergus and Till doing this stuff, and it's been like a different place than the Void's Grace, and we haven't been it hasn't been explained yet. And then they arrive there, and you've actually been at the safe house the whole time.
There you go.
Yeah, so pull into the garage, and the car just breaks down. And yeah, you have your abductees, and let's go ahead and take a quick break, and then when we come back, we can start Evelyn and Fergus's portion of the heist.
All right.
So, all right, stick around. We got more Elysian Road coming up right after this break.